has a lot of stuff going on. I always mention this, that when I mention all the different things that we're doing, I don't want you guys to think that every single item is being actually developed, being coded, because in any given sprint, the efforts from the product team go beyond development. You have those that are refining and documenting to make sure that all the business and technical requirements are correct for every feature. You have the UX UI team that creates prototypes. We prototype absolutely everything in Fanbase. So we make sure that what we envision as far as look and feel is exactly what's being delivered. And obviously we develop, right? We have actually four teams, sorry. We have iOS, Android, we have API backend, and then we have web, okay? And then last but not least, we have our QA team. So throughout a sprint, we work in a Scrum Agile methodology. You have some of the team members are refining, some are prototyping, some are developing, and some are testing, okay? So when I mention all these things, they're in different stages. Hopefully, one day I'll have enough time to tell you exactly what stage they are, but there's so much that I just, rather just tell you what we're working on, okay? I always like to start with those items that are eligible to be part of the release. We'll have a new release next week. We have a given release that you're gonna get every 2 weeks of Fanbase. Sometimes it's less than 2 weeks. So the first thing is we're continuing with the UX UI adjustments, and we're now focusing on DM. Okay, we're actually going to do a lot of small yet impactful UI and UX adjustments in DM, because we believe that it's a great way to engage with your audience, to make money too, because don't forget that through DM, you can also earn love. You can share content, you can upload content, you can just give love to a simple message, but you can make money through that as well. All right. So we're doing some UX UI adjustments to DM. I think they're going to be very impactful. Next Thursday, I'm going to be doing a watch party. Today, I'm not able to, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what those UX UI adjustments are. Sometimes, even in our release messaging, it's hard to convey all the work that we do. And sometimes when it's a UX UI change, it's nothing better than just show it to you live. Okay, so next Thursday, I'm going to be on time. It's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you chime in, because we'll surely have this in the release, and I can show you what that looks like and what value brings you. Okay. All right. Then we're going to be actually working on Flix a little bit more. We're going to be bringing you what we call the video scrubbing, which is the video player. Today in Flix, I know that we allow up to two, excuse me, 2 minutes of content. We still want to give you the choice of being able to select if you want to go forward and backward with the content, because in the future, we will increase the time for Flix as well, okay? We're not gonna probably go with a large time frame, just because for that you have Fanbase Plus, right? And we also wanna maintain the value of each one of the content formats. Flix is known for quick, short, edited video, while Fanbase Plus is long form content, and we wanna maintain that. All right. We're doing a lot of architectural and performance work. For those that have heard me before in our Town Hall Tuesdays, when I talk about what are we going to be doing with the money, I always talk about speeding up development, right? And I always emphasize that speeding up development is not just hiring a bunch of engineers. Speeding up development means a lot of different things. And as part of those efforts is improving architecture, starting to improve automation within the application. So anytime we bring a feature, we don't have to worry about something else breaking, right? And performance work. And we started doing that. We started that in early January. It's one of the objectives for Q1. And with the TikTok ban, where we had 500,000 users coming into Fanbase, really supported what we knew we had to work on, which is scalability, right? So the team is working on that. I don't want to get too technical, but this work that we're doing right now, it's a mix of infrastructure and also architectural at the backend level. Okay, and I'm excited about it because it's going to impact everything across the app, from sometimes lags that you might see in some of the videos to audio rooms that you have, hundreds of users in the audio rooms, and you might see some inconsistencies. So it's going to really yeah, put us at a different level. And then in the event that we have a similar wave to what we have in January, while we were able to sustain it, the experience is going to be even better. Okay, so this performance work that the team is doing is priority number one, and this one is not eligible for the release. It must be in the release. If not, we're not releasing, because that's how important it is. So in every release, we have those that we say, you know what, these are a must. They have to go in the release. And then we have those that are eligible, that if we do well and we don't find any significant issues, we put them in. Okay, so this one is a must. So I'm excited about that. Again, every release puts us a step forward. I always tell the team, our objective is how can, through every release, bring value to our investors, our creators, our users. Now, bugs and issues will happen, but the overall value of the release has to be much bigger than any bugs that might be outstanding out there. Okay, let's keep on going through the list of what we have. As you guys know, we actually lowered the threshold from $25 to $5. That's huge, because we are the number one platform out there with the least friction into making money. You can come into Fanbase and not only make money from day one, but all you have to do is make $5 for us to pay you. And we're actually starting to look at those that are getting paid, and we have a lot of people that are going to get paid, which are super excited. I will say as well that we have been working on improving our, I'll call it the financial ecosystem of Fanbase. The financial ecosystem of Fanbase has to be flawless. Flawless in the sense that we track every single penny from one place to the other one. And as such, we make sure that the revenue earned is revenue that is valid. And there's always going to be bad actors, and people are going to try to take advantage. But as we get better with this financial ecosystem, we are filtering those bad actors. So that allows us to really pay all of those that have truly earned or contribute to the ecosystem. And we're excited about that. Okay, so we with that said, we're gonna continue working on that. But I'm excited about the 1st of March, when we're gonna be paying, because we're gonna be paying a lot of people. And if you're gonna get paid on March 1st, I want you to tell the world about it, because to me that's the most powerful proof that Fan works, when you actually make money out of your content. Okay, so we had to do some adjustments in this sprint as well, some technical adjustments to be able to pay on March 1st. So that's part of the release. So we're good there. No matter what, everyone that made $5 is going to get paid. All right. And then let's see what else we have here. We are finishing up SSO. SSO is allowing you to sign up or sign in through Apple or Google. So if you have a Gmail account, or if you just want to use your Apple sign in, I use it a lot, you can do that as well. For new users, this is great. And for existing users, that is even greater, because the friction to become a new user and be part of the Fanbase community is going to be less and less. And that's going to be pretty big for us. We're super excited about this SSO. It's not going to be ready for this release. We're hoping that it's going to be ready definitely for Q1 as we put ourselves as objectives. Okay, so before end of March, you guys are going to see significant changes on the sign up, sign in, and I think that's going to help us grow a lot. Okay. The web team is continuing to do technical migrations into newer language as well. But we are also going to start working. As you know, we brought Profile 2.0 end of last year. Profile 2.0 brought a better way of showing your profile, of showcasing your talent. So, for example, all your content is shown on the first tab. You don't have to necessarily go tab by tab, right? For example, all your camps are showing now in your profile. Now, we did that for apps, but we didn't do it for web at the time just because we wanted to segment that work. Well, now the web team is starting to work on Profile 2.0 on web. Why is that important? Is because the web profiles is your showcase to the world. In fact, last year we had 1.6 million visits on web, and most of those were to your web profile. So what we want to do is we want to make you look better and better with all these releases that we do. So then those that fall into your content or into your profile and they like it and they end up downloading the app and they end up following you, they allow you to make money. So everything that we do is eventually to get you closer to growing your audience and help you monetize as well. Okay, so Profile 2.0 is being worked. Is going to be worked by the web team as well. So that's part of the sprint. That's going to take some time, but the web team is actually moving really fast. So who knows? They might be able to have it before the end of Q1. All right. So there's other invisible, transparent things, but as you can see, as you can hear, we're doing a lot. We're doing quite a lot, and we're getting better and better. Good news is that we are starting to also work on automation. So we're starting to automate a lot of core functionalities of Fanbase that will allow us to focus more on working on new features and not so much into addressing issues, you know. And for those that don't know what, and I know automation is a generic word, but when it comes to development automation, imagine, you know, every time you work on a feature, rather than have your QA team to manually go through every use case of that feature when you're releasing it, even if it's releasing to test, all these checks gets done automatically to make sure that this works as it should be working per our specifications and so on. So automation is the kind of work that most teams at the beginning of their development, they can't afford doing it because they gotta run, run, run. But it's what makes it a product super scalable. And even though we do have automations at the service level, at the UI level, we want to get better at that because that's going to take us to the next level. And the team is going to start working on that as well. And I'm excited. Again, how that translates to you, the user, is that you're going to start seeing less issues. You're going to start seeing exactly what we promised we're going to deliver, and you're going to see quicker development and more features coming through the pipeline as well. Okay, so it's a win-win for everyone. All right. With that said, let me see. I wanna go ahead and go into a chat room because I'm gonna be here for 15 more minutes, guys. For those that joined late, thanks for joining, by the way. If you don't know who I am, I'm Rama, the CTO. I do this every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But today, I've been traveling all day. I left Atlanta at 8 a.m. and I arrived to Colorado, to the place where I wanted to come at actually almost 7:30 p.m. So it's been a long day, and that's why this Tech Talk started late and it's only a 30-minute Tech Talk. But I want to spend the rest of the 13 minutes hearing from you and see if you have any questions. I see some new faces. I see some OG. I see some investors I recognize. Thank you guys for helping us to be here. Let me see. All good. Oh, thank you, Zoran. Yeah, I'm safe. I was saying that I drove through a snowstorm. I was born in warm weather, guys. And in Atlanta, as you know, every time we get ice, everyone gets crazy. So I'm not used to driving in snow, and I got caught in the middle of a snowstorm. That was that was a little bit exciting, I gotta say, but it was stressful. But I made it. All good. All right. When will the carousels be added? So carousels, when we started prototyping carousels, if you recall, we said, we want to bring carousels. We realized that if we were to bring carousels with some of the deficiencies that we still have on the upload of media, and when I say deficiencies, I mean, for example, sometimes the video is taking too long to upload, or the quality or the format is not the best one. We would be giving you a carousel that wouldn't be up to the expectations of how you expect it based on how you experience it everywhere else. So we said, you know what? Let's tackle those things first before we go back into carousel. And we're actually tackling now. Media upload is coming, I think, in a couple sprints, and it's one of the objectives this quarter. We're a little bit behind, but we are going to bring carousel. That's 100% assurance from my side, but I don't want to bring it halfway. And I want to address some of these basic things that we still need to address before we work on them. But it will come, I promise you. Okay. Rama, what percentage of that 1.8 million visitors were to the fan-based company websites? Actually, it's a good question, Tim. It wasn't a large, again, I would say 80% of them came through the profiles. What does that tell us, guys? Tells us that when you share content, you share profile outside fanbase, when you create great content inside fanbase and someone else shares, that's what drives conversions into new users and new following. So that means that we can make all the efforts that we want. We can, put money on campaigns, which we haven't really yet. But in the future, as we grow, we might. But really, what drives the needle is our users, our creators, the content, and what they do outside fanbase, right? That's why you see us working a lot on improving the sharing features, right? So we make it easier and we compel you to share because that's what grows community. Now, there's a lot of roadblocks on the way as well, right? That we need to continue working. So, for example, until last year, you would share a piece of content, someone would land on your web profile. They're like, oh man, I love Team's content. I'm going to download the app. They would download the app. And then they will have to, after they sign up, find Team, which, that's a very long journey. And I would say, out of 10, you end up losing 7 users. But we worked in bringing the journeys functionality, which is if someone goes into the web profile for Team, for example, they like it, they download, and they sign up, the first thing that's going to show up once they sign up is Team's profile or Team's content. So we are working to make those web visits into a profile more and more consistent because that's the organic way of growing up. So going back to your question, Team, a very small percentage was to what I call the institutional fan base, and a lot of them went to profiles. Okay. Lab dose, dark mode will happen soon. I honestly, if I had to say between dark mode and carousel, dark mode, it's an easier lift. And Isaac asks for it all the time, and you guys do. But again, we're really trying to cover basics, and you have to trust me and the team on this one because while I'm dying to bring you dark mode is not going to bring us to the next level. Bringing a brand new moderation system that is going to allow us to have a healthy community and start letting the algorithm be more free and letting more of you have more visibility, that's going to get us to the next level. So we need to focus on finishing those as soon as possible before we can go to things like dark mode. But we will get there, I promise you. I'm dying to have dark mode. In fact, the other day, I play around with audio rooms on dark mode. It's not live. We just did a proof of concept, and it's pretty amazing. So we will, I promise you. Okay. Yeah, I know, Joyce. I had to pivot. So, but again, I promise you guys, I will always be here. The only time that I'm not here, you guys should worry about. Here, something happened, but I will always be here. What are the downsides of using webhooks edge functions, giving a Stripe connected so users can receive payouts whenever they want. JJ, I love that question. That's my type of question. So I would say there's a downside. I would say there's considerations that we need to have before we do that, which is security, right? In fact, we have a financial roadmap. I call it financial roadmap, where number one, we want to give you more ways of being able to get you paid. Right now, we do Stripe on US, Australia, and UK, and we do PayPal everywhere in the world. But I know PayPal is not available in other places in the world. Well, I want to, or we want to, sorry, diversify that. There's a lot of other ways we can do it. We also want to diversify how you get paid and when you get paid, right? Imagine a future where you can actually choose what you want to do with that money, if you want to get paid or not, and if you want to get paid right away, or you rather get paid, after the second month. All of that flexibility, we want to give it to you. And as part of that, I am a big believer that webhooks is going to be a big part of that. But before we do that, we just got to make sure that the security layer and the documentation is there. So I don't see any downsides. I'm a big believer of webhook. I said it like 2 Thursdays ago. I want to do hackathons. The crowd sourcing nature of Fanbase. We do crowdfunding and startengine.com/fanbase. The crowdsourcing of even moderation, everything. We believe in community, and community sometimes is also helping us develop and improve the product. So I'm a big believer of that. All right. Something I forgot to do is give you guys love. I'm gonna give you love because some of these questions are great. All right. Let's see. Someone asked a question about music. Did I miss it? I saw. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Will we be able to add music to Flick soon? Also, glad you made it safely. Yes, we will. And the team is actually doing a proof of concept with music on Flicks right now. Now, have an understanding that the roadmap for music is not only a long one, but it's expensive. And Isaac says this all the time. The licensing nature of music, it's expensive. And one of the reasons why we're raising money is to also start that roadmap, right? So the roadmap for music, I would divide it in 3 phases. I call it the MVP, the mid phase, and then the long-term phase. Okay. The MVP is we're looking for bringing music into Flix. Now, it won't be your mainstream music. We're assessing that. We actually have the best music advisors in the industry, in my opinion, and they're helping us assess if it's worth doing the MVP or not. Because sometimes, not having good music integration might be worth waiting rather than bring it, right? So that's the MVP, and then the midterm is starting to bring a lot of the independent artists and labels into Fanbase, and then continue bringing all the other mainstreams. But also, we want to bring the Fanbase nature to the music industry, which means we want to empower artists and musicians to be able to make money through Fanbase as well. And that involves not only a lot of technical and reporting requirements, but also a lot of conversations and integrations with the music business. So that's why it's a longer term. But we are working on music and we're doing a proof of concept. And if we believe it's good enough for you guys, we have high standards for you, it's going to be done before the end of the quarter. Okay. And in fact, if we believe it's good, we might involve some of you as beta testers so you can give us, your 2 cents. Okay. Let's see. We have 3-4 more minutes. I want to see some of these questions. Within the next few sprints, will they include us being able to use other links along with YouTube on the watch party feature? Not this quarter, because that takes a little more time. I still feel like as much as I love watch party, as much as I would like to have Fanbase Plus, Twitch, and others, we still want to go through some of the core basics that we're still missing. Now in Q2, there is a possibility, because as we bring automation, moderation, and we improve all those things, we're going to start developing faster. And I wouldn't be surprised if in Q2 we start bringing the next phase of watch party. Okay, but it won't be in the next few sprints. Will there be an update to feature to notify us when our friends are online in the app instead of going to their profile? Interesting, Esther. We haven't thought about that kind of alerts. What we are refactoring in Q1 is the entire notification layer, which is going to make them consistent. So all notifications will go on your tray. Today some of them go, some of them don't. Make sure that they get to you at the right time, but also give you the choice of selecting what you're going to be notified on. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to write this down because it's an interesting concept. Because I feel like by default, if you let everyone know when your friend, I'm assuming you're talking about a mutual follower, is in the app, a lot of people might find that annoying or excessive. But if you get to choose, if you want to get notified for that, then that's a value. So I like it. I appreciate you. You know what? You just earned your 100 laps for that great question. All right. Thought so as well. Switching to full Stripe can also unlock a subscription price and not like Apple at least. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, yes, yes. We've actually been seeing a lot of apps and platforms shifting outside of in-app purchases and going into um, Apple Pay. So yeah, we're considering we're looking around. We always look at other apps and other success stories, and we try to learn from that. So all right. Joyce, we do the enhancements in the DM, especially in the group DMs. I agree 100% on .com. The blog feature is next on the OKRs for Q1. So if we get to the end of Q1 on blog, it will be Q1, but if not, it will be Q2 for sure, because we had it for Q1. But what happened in January with the 500,000 users bringing kind of sets us probably like half a month behind. So, but it's coming. All right, guys. Even in rooms of 30 minutes when I'm exhausted and everything, you guys get me to enjoy it. I love you guys. This is great. So again, I apologize for starting late today, and I apologize for only being able to make 30 minutes. I will make it up next Thursday. Next Thursday, I'll be in Atlanta in the office, and I will do a watch party. So hopefully, I'll be showing you what the new release is bringing, and we'll be talking again. Save your questions if they're not urgent for next week. But if not, check your phone, email us at support at fanbase.app, or join Tuesday. Tuesday, we had Tuesday Town Hall with Isaac at 5 p.m., and we're also going to do a watch party then. But I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. And we'll be around, and we'll continue working, and we'll be talking and seeing each other next Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great rest of the week. Take care.
Okay, thank you for listening. So you did get the shortened version of Rama Thursday Tech, which is fine. Appreciate him for answering the Q&A. That was always dope. But again, next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, Rama Thursday Tech Talk. Bye.